Hey folks, and welcome to another installment of Dave's Impressions. This time around, Planescape Torment. These impressions were taken from playing the game for around 4 hours and 30 minutes. Enjoy! Planescape Torment is one of those games I always felt I needed to play. It's an omission in the list of games I've completed. I've attempted it a couple times over the years, and for one reason or another, it's never stuck. So I thought with my channel and the release of the Enhanced Edition, I'd give it another try. So why do I feel the need to play Planescape? Legacy. When the topic of the best writing in the medium comes up, Planescape Torment is always among the games discussed. Some think it's the best game ever made, or at least the best written. As I have an interest in video games as a storytelling medium, I think I owe it to myself to find out once and for all what makes this game special. Playing Planescape Torment is like playing a book. A well-written book to be sure, but the dialogue screen is where you will be spending the majority of your time. Even the generic named characters of the town like Harlot can be conversed with and asked questions. I think this approach is due to the setting. The planes and everything that occurs within them would be difficult to showcase visually if the game were made with a AAA budget today, let alone what they were working with in the late 90s when the game was originally released. What this does is allow for the world and characters to be richer than they ever could be. Having just played Pillars of Eternity, one thing I liked about that game was the text supporting a character's dialogue, showing changes in expression and body language. It gave everything more weight. Planescape Torment revels in this weight. Seeing that what can go on in the planes and how to access them is as varied as the imagination, I spent most of the game feeling lost. Not in the town of Sigil itself, as it's cut into easy-to-explore quadrants with an alley in the middle, but in terms of each new character I met, where they had come from, and what they were. Heck, the first character you meet in the game is a smart aleck talking skull. You play a man who has died countless times, has tattooed instructions all over his body, and can remove and replace organs. The next party member I recruited was a religious fanatic, who comes from a plane where reality itself is held together by concentration. You can learn the languages of characters who speak in symbols above their heads or the undead. There are demons trapped in boxes, assassins who can be overcome through discussion of philosophy, and those who have traveled through all the known planes and have come back changed because of it. As this is an Infinity Engine game, importance is given to your character's alignment, especially as there are planes that are manifestations of each of the traditional D&D alignments. Talking to those who knew your character in a past life, it sounds like you're not a nice person, and you can solve so many of your problems in the game by murdering those in your way. To me, this approach is unfulfilling. Similarly, the idea of being a generic RPG do-gooder where you are polite to everyone and help selflessly doesn't jive with who I think the Nameless One is. I've talked about this concern before, that I worry about the disconnect between playing the character the way that feels right to me and experiencing the most interesting outcomes in terms of how quests play out. I think this is what has me feeling lost. Too many of my encounters ended in murder, and yet I couldn't bring myself to be nice to everyone. Playing the game according to my own moral choices resulting in so much death feels like I'm missing out on what the game has to offer. I think what Planescape Torment is trying to do is present an RPG that shatters the expectations that those familiar with the genre would have while playing it. The cranium rats and the undead are an example of subverting genre tropes, but even today, the setting and how this universe works is unique in its vision and sense of atmosphere. It more than makes up for the lackluster combat. So even though I feel lost with the game, I think I'm going to continue. I want to experience more of the writing and find out just what the game is all about. More importantly, due to the game's legacy, I think I need to finish it just to say I have, to try and understand why it has so much high regard even if I didn't altogether enjoy my time with it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I hope you're having a wonderful day.